Tonight, a deadly winter after 3 deaths on the snowmobile trails this weekend and many more on the season. Officials issue a word of caution.
And finding a solution. That's what a first-of-its-kind group in Minnesota is seeking to do with deadly officer-involved shootings. Plus, a Bayfield man learns his sentence after being found guilty of murdering his uncle.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. It has been a treacherous season for snowmobilers in the area this winter. 3 died over the weekend in Wisconsin in snowmobile accidents. That raises the toll to 9 snowmobile-related deaths this month in Wisconsin. Changes in temperature have made it messy on the trails for riders this season in both Minnesota and Wisconsin. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke with those who know the trails on what riders should do to stay safe.
Ryan Bader has been riding on the trails of the North Shore for more than 25 years.
Accidents happen and people get hurt.
With experience on the trails, Bader knows what causes problems.
Speed, it kills, you know, and especially if you add alcohol to the mix, things can really get dangerous.
But Bader has noticed a new trend that's making the trails dangerous.
People are driving on the wrong side, and that's how accidents happen. If you stay to the right, you're going to minimize most accidents.
Minimizing accidents is the goal of the DNR this year, as fluctuations in weather have caused less than ideal conditions, according to Ward Wallen.
Right now, we've got a new system of grooming this year. We're grooming 4 nights a week.
While the trails are being maintained, Wallen says problems still arise.
People, they get off the trail, and along the trail, we have signs that say stay on the trail, because we're grooming the state trail.
State trails meant to be enjoyed responsibly by newcomers and veterans.
The state of Minnesota has the most amazing riding. I think everyone should go out and enjoy it. And it just, when you ride together, have some hand signals, stop at intersections, you know, let slower riders pull over, let riders that are behind you pass. You know, just basic laws of the road that we all live by when we're driving our cars.
With the recent warm weather and the temperature swings the area has seen this year, the Wisconsin DNR is advising snowmobilers to stay off any bodies of water.
Dave joins us for a look at the weather. I'm sure a lot of folks will continue to be hopping on their snowmobiles if this warm weather continues.
Yeah, I hear your friends were riding sled this weekend without a coat on, T-shirts.
Yep.
Boy, that sounds like fun. I still haven't dug my sleds out from the November blizzard.
Oh, man.
I usually never do that until March. Well, as far as the weather goes this week, no blizzards coming our way, but there is a chance for light snow as early as tonight for the snow belt and the rest of us tomorrow. It's from those 2 low-pressure systems to the west. Our high will finally fade away after several dry days, and tomorrow's precip chance, well, it's about 30%. So we fire up the day planner for Tuesday, and it tells us mostly cloudy sky, out the door temperature still warm, 21 degrees. Daytime finish of 31 is still warmer than normal. The normal is 27. But once we get through this low pressure business and this chance for Tuesday light snow, come Wednesday, we'll try to clear up and we'll also start to cool down. Will it be drastic or just a little? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. A road near Husky is still closed tonight after concerns a tower at the Superior refinery might not be stable. Husky reps say they first noticed the tower was waving in the wind around 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon. They evacuated the campus and closed Stinson Avenue. Over the weekend, experts examined the stack. Today, they set up a crane to make sure the tower is stable. Stinson Avenue will remain closed until further notice.
And local advocates for sexual assault survivors say Harvey Weinstein's guilty verdict sends a message. PAM's executive director, Sarah Niemi, says it's important to hold perpetrators accountable, especially because a lot of survivors never get to see it happen. But she says it's not the only measure of healing. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men will experience sexual violence in their lifetime. Niemi says it's important to let them know their voices are heard.
They have the right to speak their truth, and that people believe them, and that they value what they have to say.
Niemi says one way the community can help survivors is remove barriers to healing. She says sometimes people can't even get time off work to go to a doctor's visit or court case, making healing more difficult.
A lockdown for the Spooner School District has been lifted and a suspect is in custody. Police say they were responding to a domestic disturbance near the middle school this afternoon. Authorities say when they arrived, the suspect fled. Police say the man had several active warrants. They advised the district to go into lockdown because the incident was close to the school. The lockdown has been lifted. The suspect is facing charges. According to police, it's unclear what exactly those will be. A Bayfield man will spend the rest of his life behind bars after killing his uncle. 34-year-old James Francis Montano learned his fate in Carleton County Court today. He shot and killed 57-year-old Andrew Goki in April of 2018. Montano was found guilty of 3 felony murder charges back in January.
Minnesota has made a big step toward hopefully lowering the number of deadly officer-involved shootings.
They're the first state where a working group has submitted recommendations on how to inspire safer interactions with law enforcement. CBS3's Caitlin Moffitt breaks down some of their ideas.
If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
For the past 6 months, 16 people from different perspectives and backgrounds came together for one goal: lowering the number of fatal interactions with law enforcement. Monday, the group released 28 recommendations and 33 action steps they hope will help reach that goal.
What I really appreciate about this group is that it's taking a perspective where we can learn and we can find ways to do it even better, and being mindful that law enforcement, our law enforcement officers, they have a duty, to go out and use force if necessary.
The group's recommendations included establishing a liaison to ensure those families of those involved in deadly law enforcement encounters are treated with respect. They also recommended a special unit within the BCA to investigate officer-involved shootings and training officers on how to respond to someone who's mentally unstable. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison says between 30 and 50% of people who lose their lives in an encounter with law enforcement are in a mental health crisis.
We also took the issue of officer wellness very seriously and heard from law enforcement perspective, because we know that we value everyone, community, law enforcement, all.
St. Louis County Attorney Mark Rubin was a member of the working group. He sat in on 7 sessions held all across the state.
Yeah, when you lose a friend who's an officer, all of this is real, and so it's just an honor to be a part of it.
This preliminary report is just the beginning, but Commissioner of Public Safety John Harrington says they've already made steps to make some of the ideas a reality, including hiring a family liaison officer.
That's the start of actual implementation, and that to me is a sign of good faith.
This group hopes after any progress made from these recommendations will inspire other states to follow suit.
I think we have been a model for probably most of the country, and I think we will continue to be.
You can read the full list of recommendations and action steps on our website. Ellison says the next steps include working with the legislature and other stakeholders to possibly make these proposals a reality.
After a sexual assault scandal, there's now a new commander of the Wisconsin National Guard. Governor Tony Evers announced today Brigadier General Paul Knapp will lead the Guard. Major General Donald Dunbar resigned in December after a scathing federal report from the National Guard Bureau. It found under his leadership, the Guard defied federal law, regulations, and policies for the handling of Guard members' sexual assault and harassment complaints.
Duluthian Donna Bergstrom is once again challenging Duluth Senator Eric Simonson for his Senate seat. Bergstrom, a Republican, recently retired from the Marine Corps. She says she's running because of what she called the lack of business opportunities, local, county, and state tax levels, and the growth of state government. Bergstrom will hold a campaign kickoff on February 27th at Ganucci's. Simonson is currently in his second 2-year term. He won the 2016 election for the same seat over Bergstrom.
The Duluth City Council voted to move ahead tonight, taking the first step in converting First Street from a one-way to a two-way. The council approved a contract with an engineering company. They'll come up with plans for converting the road. City officials say they hope it would make the stretch less confusing and make it easier to access the businesses. The conversion will not go into effect right away. City reps say they plan to have a public meeting later this spring to share the company's ideas. Then it would go back to the City Council before official changes could be made in the summer.
History was made on the Senate floor today.
which I promised myself to realize without alloy the sweet enjoyment of partaking in the midst of my fellow citizens, the benign influence of good laws under a free government.
That was U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin. She became the first representative from Wisconsin to read President George Washington's 1796 farewell address on the Senate floor. It's a tradition carried out on Washington's birthday. Baldwin was the 9th woman to read the 45-minute speech. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, how a local artist is using a very unique talent to help animals impacted by the fires in Australia.
And later, we're getting a better idea of how the presidential hopefuls stack up in Wisconsin.
Record high temp for this date is 56 degrees from 1931. This past weekend, some towns got relatively close to that, but that window of opportunity is closing as our warm spell goes away to be replaced by a cool down. We'll talk about it in more detail after the break.
Tired of the cold? Then shop for your next vehicle during Kerry Toyota's annual indoor used car sale. We're filling the showroom with used vehicles and slashing prices. Every eligible used vehicle at Kerry Toyota comes with a Carfax quality inspection report and manufacturer powertrain warranty. Plus, with your used car purchase, receive a $200 gift card and a Gen 3 Amazon Echo Dot with Alexa. Hurry to experience the quality difference during Kerry Toyota's annual indoor used car sale, voted best car dealer 21 times.
Tuesday! Taco Tuesday is calling. Save on seasoned beef tacos every Tuesday at Taco John's. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Got you some sun protection.
But we work inside. Now what?
He's doing surprise trust falls.
I trust you, Jim.
With Western National insuring your business,
you'll get me next time.
You'll have to find something else to worry about.
The fun never ends at Black Bear Casino Resort. With over 1,800 of the hottest slot machines and our thrilling selection of table games and 500-person bingo hall.
My place for gaming.
From casual to fine dining, satisfy your taste buds at one of our 3 dining venues.
My place for dining.
And relax in comfort with all of our first-class amenities.
My place to stay.
Looking for the party? Look no further than the Otter Creek Event Center.
My place for fun!
Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com and make the Bear your place.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team.
We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve.
Come join our team, Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
Our team at Washington, Virginia has proudly been putting the customer first since 1983. We're driven to provide the best guest experience with the most competitive pricing. Experience the difference.
Get an SUV made to fit your lifestyle and family. Certified 2019 Chevy Equinoxes and GMC Terrain start at $21,990. Due to tremendous sales on new trucks, Washkes has a great selection of truck trade-ins. Choose from Fords, Rams, Chevys, and GMCs starting at just $16,990.
Family driven since 1983.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
A multi-day high-pressure cell has been with us, and of course, first it started with a cool note, then its tail end started to pump the heat into the region. Towns this weekend had high temps running from the upper 30s to even the lower 50s, and all of that beneath a beautiful blue sky. But that is coming to an end. The high is going away, some lows are coming, and tonight after midnight, northeasterly winds will come off Lake Superior. The first folks to taste a chance of precip will be those in the snowbelt of the South Shore. 30% chance for a rain and snow mix. And then once we get into tomorrow, the rest of our zones fill in with that chance for the rain and snow mix, probably more towards flurries than actual rain. And as far as accumulations go, may not be much more than a dusting. It isn't a very big deal at all. Let's eye up the current conditions, though, before we move on to the forecast. And at the airport in Duluth, it's 27 above. Relative humidity 61% with a north wind 6 miles per hour. And air pressure still on the high side for the time being at 1,021 millibars. But again, with two lows coming towards us and one threatening from the south, yeah, pressure readings will be going down. Temperature readings will be going down as well. They won't be quite as warm in just a little while here. But currently we have 24 Watersmeet, 16 Ironwood, 21 from Ashland to Hayward, and it goes up to 24 as you head to Superior, upper 20s towards the Moose Lake region, 25 to even 32 degrees along the North Shore. The Iron Ranges run from a coolness or cool factor there of 13 in Hibbing to 19 on the Vermilion there, and 24 towards Grand Rapids and 26 International Falls. Low temps tonight, really not so bad. And once the warm spell ends by probably Wednesday, Thursday, they won't be that bad either. They'll be cooler than now, but probably not dipping below zero, so we call that a victory around our neck of the woods. Current satellite radar map here, the Doppler shows not much action here now, Minnesota, Wisconsin, or the Upper Peninsula, although towards Thunder Bay there's a little bit of flurry activity, but that should change as two small low-pressure systems come our way. Now, this is the high that brought us the mild conditions and the beautiful blue sky for several days. It's working to the south and to the east. That'll keep this low away from our region. This is the more potent one that could bring decent snows to Chicago. We'll be focusing on these two lows here, bringing us a 30% chance for flurries on Tuesday. And as early as Wednesday, things are going to mix up as higher pressure settles in from the north, but it won't be quite as Arctic-y as previous highs from the north, cool rather than bitterly cold. So how cool? We'll show you with the 7-day forecast. We start tonight in Minnesota with lows from 15 inland, 24 by the lake, clouds on the increase. Getting into Wisconsin and Michigan, the low temps there, pretty mild still, 18 to 22. After midnight, 30% flurry chance, which sticks around through the day tomorrow in Wisconsin and the UP. High temps, one more warm one, 30 to 33. Minnesota high temps about 28 to 32 with that 30% chance for the light snow showers. Extended forecast here. Here comes the change. After the clouds build in on Tuesday, sunshine does return Wednesday, Kristen and Anthony, but temperatures tumble into the teens and lower 20s Wednesday through Friday. They do perk up for the weekend. Weekend could be picture perfect again, Kristen, for you and your crew. Mostly sunny sky, high temps 28 to 34. Overnight low temps as cool as 3, but again, that's a positive 3 rather than a negative 1.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can complain. I really don't. We've been quite lucky for February, I guess.
But March is our most blizzard-prone month, according to statistics.
There's
so
still
things
time.
could change. Yeah.
There's still time.
There's time through early May.
Thanks, Dave.
The U.S. Navy has selected Superior-based Lake Assault boats to build 119 patrol boats. The company says it won the 5-year, $56 million contract following an extensive competitive bid process. The 33-foot-long force protection medium patrol boats will provide security for U.S. Navy ships and personnel from waterborne threats in and outside of Navy ports around the world. The first deliveries are expected this November.
A local artist is using his talents for a good cause. Brad Vanderbrook does this. He takes bed sheets and turns them into pieces of art using only a Sharpie. This particular piece will be sold as part of the Leap into Action event put on by the Lake Superior Zoo. Proceeds from the event are used to help animals affected by the fires in Australia.
I just love animals, every kind of animal there is. I'm not afraid of any animal. I just love everything about them, and I just want to help. You know, maybe art can do that. That's the best thing that I can do.
The zoo's event will be held on February 29th with $1 from every ticket sold going to the Zoo Victoria's Brush Fire Emergency Wildlife Fund.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a new Wisconsin poll has identified a Democratic frontrunner for president. What the numbers say in the key battleground state as Campaign 2020 ramps up.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Get store-wide savings during the final days of Home's President's Day sale. Plus, no interest financing until 2023. This sofa is now just $4.99 and free shipping when you spend $4.99 or more. The President's Day sale ends Thursday at Home Furniture.
Oak Lake RV is kicking off the new year right with our year-end closeout pricing. Browse our entire inventory today, from our indoor showroom to our clear lot, any time of the year. Now is the time to buy. Non-current model years must go at Oak Lake RV. Visit oaklakeRV.com for more details. Oak Lake RV in Moose Lake, family owned and operated since 1930.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together as families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy Equinox work?
Oh, no. What?
Can you tell me how lane keep assist with lane departure warning works?
Lane departure warning? What is that exactly?
Kids may not know about the 2020 Chevy Equinox's standard safety features, but every parent should.
Get $4,250 cash allowance on most Equinox models. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. And eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Sports are my passion and the love of my life. And when you watch a sportscast, the biggest compliment that I get is that you seem so excited about what you're talking about. And that's not an act for me. Who doesn't want to see someone, deliver their news in a fun way? So if you love it, I love it, you're gonna see the authenticity that I think I bring to CBS3 Sports.
Watch sports with Kelly Hinseth on CBS3.
Home World Rugs Progressive Rug Sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $500 off sale prices on any rug, $199 or more. Every shape, size, pattern, and color rug on sale now. Up to 56% off regular prices. The Progressive Rug Sale at Home World Rugs.
Save big on remaining 18, 19, and 20 boats at Ray's Sport and Marine.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
We're getting a new perspective on how voters feel about the Democratic candidates running for president and the general election in Wisconsin.
This comes just about 1 week before Super Tuesday and about 6 weeks before the Badger State hits the polls for their primary. CBS's Victor Jacob is breaking down the poll tonight.
The UW Elections Research Center released its first battleground survey revealing important insights into the race for the White House, including a clear frontrunner.
We are in this together.
While still early in the race, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has built momentum going into a critical week for the primary season, and he got more good news this week. The first UW-Madison Elections Research Center survey shows Sanders leading the pack in Wisconsin by double digits. He also holds leads in Michigan and Pennsylvania.
Sanders definitely has the strongest, most committed bloc.
Barry Burden is the director of the UW Elections Research Center and says Sanders is likely to keep his support throughout the primary, and it's up to other candidates to win over voters still making their decisions.
Other candidates, I think, have a looser grip on their supporters, and it may be that there are voters sort of shopping around for a more moderate candidate.
The survey also looked at how Democrats hold up against President Trump in the general election.
All signs, I think, point to a very close general election in November.
All candidates included in the poll are ahead of President Trump in Wisconsin, but all within the margin of error. In Michigan and Pennsylvania, the president is either tied or trailing by similarly close margins.
But it suggests all three states are back on the table this time around and could be won by either party.
The UW-Madison Elections Research Center will release more polls throughout the year, including after the conventions this summer and closer to the general election in October.
All right, Kelly joins us now for a look at what's coming up in sports.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot of playoff hockey, but we cannot forget that there is playoff basketball. We got D3 hoops coming up next. CSS taking on Crown. First round of the UMAC tournament.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
At Papa Murphy's, $10 Tuesday is about to be your new favorite day of the week. Every Tuesday, get any large pizza or build your own with up to 5 toppings for just $10. Tuesdays will never be the same. We make it, you make it. Papa Murphy's.
Dear Wallet, Toyota President's Day is on. Load up on tech. Load up on style. Load up on fun. And load up on savings. Hurry, get a historic deal before it's history. See you soon, your new Toyota. Right now, get $1,000 TFS cash when you finance a new 2020 RAV4 or lease a new RAV4 for $239 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
When I went to Aspen Dental, they asked me, what's wrong? I go, I had rotting teeth in my mouth. My fiance hadn't seen me smile in 10 years. I have a child on the way here in the next 5 months. I would like to be able to smile in his first picture when he's born. They said we can do that. If I would have known that I was going to be 50 times happier with dentures, I would have fixed it before.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes, dentures start at $3.99 per arch. And yes to a 90-day denture money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Book at aspendental.com or call today.
In my Johnsonville commercial, they opened on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat. I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
Our team at Washkes in Virginia has proudly been putting the customer first since 1983. We're driven to provide the best guest experience with the most competitive pricing. Experience the difference.
We're here to help you find the right vehicle. You're not just a customer, you're our friends and family.
We're with you every step of the way.
With 7 brands and over 300 vehicles always in stock, if we don't have it, we can find it for you. Visit Washke.com and experience the difference.
Family driven since 1983.
Now, we know the Trump strategy. Try to win by attacking, distorting, dividing. Mr. President, it won't work.
Newspapers report Bloomberg is the Democrat Trump fears most. As president, universal health care that lets people keep their coverage if they like it. A record on job creation. A doable plan to combat climate change.
I led a complex, diverse city through 9/11, and I have common sense plans to move America away from chaos to progress. I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
For the first time in a decade, the St. Scholastica Saints opened the UMAC tournament. In the first round, the previous 9 seasons, they actually received a first-round bye. Saints with an unfamiliar territory, with the 4-seed hosting 5th-seeded Crown College. Early in the first, Saints trying to play catch-up as Nick Carlson comes up with a steal, throws it down for the two-handed jam. Scholastica now within 2. Later on, Saints now down by 4. Cade Goggle-Eye finds Colin Anderson in the corner, and that one is nothing but net. Anderson's first shot at the net, and CSS now only down 1. Under 11 to go in the half. Saints finally go in front. Craig Berger sets up Jared Wilkin for the wide-open 3. He hits it. They lead by 1, and they go on to advance. St. Scholastica wins 75-71. They'll play Northwestern on Wednesday. To the NBA, Milwaukee clinched his spot in the playoffs last night at Washington tonight. The Bucks lead by as many as 20 in the second half, but the Wizards storm back. Bradley Beal puts Washington up 2. He had a career-high 55. It ends up going into overtime, and with Giannis fouled out, Chris Middleton was the guy. Straight away, Cash Money Bucks up 3. Time winding down. Wizards inbound with just under 8 seconds left. The best look they can get is to Troy Brown Jr. for the tie, but it rims out, and Milwaukee hangs on for the overtime win, 137-134, the final. Timberwolves in a much different situation, hoping to put a stop to a 4-game losing streak against Dallas. T-Wolves trailing for most of this one. D'Angelo Russell showing a spark for the Pups tonight. Hits this one from the lane He had a team-high 29, but the Wolves fall their 5th straight loss, 139 to 123, the final. The UMD men's hockey team split with Western Michigan this weekend, which caused the Dogs to drop just a spot in the latest USCHO polls. The split follows a week after the Bulldogs were on a bye. Now, following Friday's 5-3 loss, UMD battled through a 60-minute contest on Saturday night with the Broncos to come out victorious with a 2-1 win. They're at Colorado College this weekend. For the UMD women's team, things didn't go exactly as planned against the second-best team in the entire country. UMD ends with technically a split with the Wisconsin Badgers following Friday's 4-1 loss. UMD had Wisconsin right where they wanted them on Sunday, leading 5-3 with a minute left to go in the third. But back-to-back goals from the team in red sent this thing into overtime, and then a 3-on-3 overtime where UW ended up scoring the game winner. The game settled for a 5-5 tie. UMD will battle their way hopefully into the final face-off when they host their first round of the WCHA tournament this weekend. Bulldogs welcome in Bemidji State in a best-of-3 series starting on Friday. And the matchup that most people probably had penciled in all season long when it comes to boys high school hockey, Hermantown and Duluth-Denfeld, the lone two teams remaining in the Section 7A boys hockey playoffs. The top-seeded Hawks are still heavy favorites after their dominance the last section over the last decade. They knocked off Evelyn Gilbert 8-0 on Saturday at Amsoil Arena. Hermantown will be looking to avenge their last year's loss to Greenway in this very game and get back to the state tournament.
It's a new season, it's a new group. It hasn't been our focus to dwell on that at all this year, but at the same time, the boys remember it, right? And it's kind of been their fuel, it's been their motivation. And we said since day one last spring and into summer workouts, we said that, you know, adversity is a gift if you allow it to teach you.
It's a big reason why I came back, and I want to win here for this program. And I think, yeah, obviously it motivates you, but use it the right way. And if we just keep doing that, we're on a good path right now. So
it will all come down to Wednesday night as to who is heading to the state tournament for boys high school hockey. Hermantown faces Duluth-Denfeld at 7 p.m. at Amsoil Arena. We'll have highlights and coverage on Wednesday. That is going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center. Proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Black Angus boneless chuck tender roast, only $3.99 per pound, and get whole chicken fryer for only 88 cents per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get 8 to 11 ounces of fresh express salads for just $1.66, and Texas red grapefruit just 99 cents per pound. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
There's plenty of winter left. Northwest Outlet's winter clearance is here, and that means big saving. Up to 60% off on all winter North Face and Columbia clothing, winter jackets, pants, boots, gloves, hats. That's all up to 60% off. Northwest Outlet stocks more winter clothing than anyone in the area. Nobody even comes close to their gigantic winter inventory. For gigantic savings, shop Northwest Outlet's Bargain Basement, the store that saves you more. 1814 Belknap, Superior.
Get ready to travel in comfort and style with your chance to win a Winnebago at Black Bear Casino Resort. Saturdays in March from 6 to 9 p.m., 3 lucky winners each hour will score up to $1,000 cash. On Grand Prize Night, March 28th, 11 players will win the cash, and one winner will drive off in their brand new 2020 Winnebago Mini Winnie. Over $100,000 in cash prizes. Earn entries starting March 1st. Visit BlackBearCasinoResort.com for more information and make the Bear your place.
Daddy, you're gonna need a lot of work.
Oh, okay. I'm clearly not the boss here. But with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip basket, I'm the sauce boss. It's my choice of honey barbecue or sweet and tangy sesame glaze on juicy, all-white meat chicken strips and served with a side of fries, Texas toast, and ranch. So when it comes to flavor, I'm in charge.
Eyes closed.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
DQ, happy tastes good.
So whose show is this anyway?
Y'all feeling all the feels?
We beat the bullies.
Can I be a part of your family? Yeah! Do you like chocolate?
Yeah, I'm
like takes care of your soul.
And your butt if you're wanting to grow.
Stop shoveling snow and watch Kelly Clarkson.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on Live Local CBS3. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
On Sunday, the Sisu Heritage Group held its annual meeting, and I had the honor of being the featured speaker at the event. If you aren't familiar, Sisu Heritage is a nonprofit organization whose goal is to enhance the Embarrass region by sharing and preserving its culture, climate, and history. It was a great turnout for the meeting Sunday, and they have a lot of great events coming up, like National Sauna Day. You can learn more about the organization by visiting sisuheritage.org. Just have to show off my embarrassed face sweatshirt here. Thanks for joining us tonight.